lot to me, because what I want to do, like particularly like occupation wise, I want to go into theatre and stuff. So I'd say confidence is a big part of that. I don't think you can really do something like that, like going up on stage or doing like performing without having no confidence. So I'd say as I've got older and as I've had more opportunities, I've grown confident speaking to people, meeting new people, trying new things. I think it all gives you more confidence to do more.
What is one tip you would give to your 10-year-old self?
Oh, don't be so insecure. Like if it doesn't matter at that point. Like you really don't have to worry. It's like even now, like I'm not worried as much. Like I think at that point in my life, like I was stressed about secondary school and stuff like that. But it really, like, it does not matter. You'll meet great people. You'll do amazing things, and it like just live your life.
Perfect. High five. So, I just want to talk to you about some stats that I found online which are quite alarming. 1 in 4 British girls hit depression by the age of 14, which experts believe is due to like cyberbullying.
Makes sense.
And academic pressure.
Yeah.
And when asked young boys in school, only 9% of them reported that they were suffering from anxiety or depression, whereas 21% of girls reported that they were.
Makes
so I think
sense
there's this added pressure of...
Because boys feel like they can't.
Yeah.
They can't say themselves. The whole thing about boys kind of
being stronger.
On t-shirts, boys don't cry, well actually they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So they feel like they can't speak out about it.
And it's natural.
And that is changing, and that is getting better.
Yeah.
There's still a way to go with male mental health.
Definitely.
Like Jack was so confident, and I'm like, well, partly that's true.
Yeah.
But secondly, that didn't happen overnight.
No, it never does.
That took a long time to get to. So for me, with the mental health thing, I realised that. And so as I worked on my own mental health first, like anxiety and stuff, and I had like counselling and I've done like lots of things since, that then helped my confidence build.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, I've just been kind of having different experiences, even though just natural things in life have built my confidence, like just kind of life lessons and stuff. Like,
I think what's so good as well is like knowing that the confidence that is going to be built within you, like the years that you go on, like you're only this age now,
I know,
and in 5 years, and in 10 years.
I
think that's great.
I look back over the last year and I'm like, I'm a lot more confident now than I was this time last year, and I suppose I'll say the same thing this time next year. I love that though. I love that about just like life in general. It's like an ongoing journey. I just love that. So the reason we're deciding to do this documentary on confidence is just because there's such a broad range of different opinions, and confidence will mean one thing to somebody and a totally different thing to somebody else. So I just want to kind of find out what people's opinions are, and also link that in with mental health as well, and find out, you know, what kind of tips people have and what personal experiences people have been through. Have you ever suffered from a mental illness?
I have. I've had anxiety and that sort of thing, and I think, yeah, it's not the nicest experience, but at the end of the day, it's just like something that you can get over, and you do battle it, but it's just...
Yeah, I would say that I have some anxiety.
Yeah, because a lack of self-confidence, maybe feeling like you don't belong, sort of thing, and definitely when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, for sure.
How did this affect your confidence in everyday life?
I guess it affects, for instance, if at school I had to like present in front of the class, like my hand would be shaking, and it was like the worst thing, especially if I'm like holding paper.
Well, in general, it didn't affect my confidence. More or less affected like my home life and that sort of thing. So it would be like absolutely fine with friends. You'd like put on a fake face half the time. A lot of people say that, but at the end of the day, you go home and you're really low. Like it's quite a struggling thing.
Everyday life, I was very, very self-conscious about my weight, which sort of, I think, encouraged sort of unhealthy eating habits when I was, certainly when I was in my adolescence. There was a sort of a dabble in sort of anorexia and things like that, which massively affected my day-to-day life. But thankfully, I was able to overcome it with some help from family and friends and counselling as well. I think it's definitely important to talk to somebody about it.
It affected my home life massively, and obviously, as what Sam said here, the fake face is massive. but when I was younger it affected my home life massively.
What did you do to bring back confidence into yourself as a result of anxiety?
I think from trying to learn more about it, using different tools to try and help myself. So like, do you know that? Probably know the app Headspace. Yeah. So use that a lot, and yeah, just like learn more about it really.
More or less, I was I did like acting and that sort of thing, and that definitely boosts your confidence because at the end of the day, you're stage performing and that sort of, and like in front of audiences, like that's a massive thing.
We're here in Birmingham talking about confidence.
Yeah.
We can probably just talk about you and what it means to you.
Okay, cool. So, confidence to me, I feel like it's an ongoing thing because like, I'm confident now.
Never ending.
Yeah, I'm confident now, but then I know in like a year from now, I'm going to be at another level of confidence, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's like, it's evolving. I think for me, it's just feeling comfortable within myself and just kind of feeling comfortable in being who I am and having the confidence to do different things. Like this, to be honest, this is taking confidence to do this right now,
exactly.
isn't it?
If I was to think like 2 years ago,
I
I'd
would
be
have
shooting a
done
film
this.
with maybe 3 people that I don't know, and I only became friends with because of social media. That's
I know, it's
confidence
pretty
within
cool.
itself, because you've got to have confidence in your own art.
You have.
And have that confidence within yourself.
Like, I've done a lot of things that have like helped with confidence, like not just that, but have helped me grow. Like
like you said, you did NCS.
I taught an NCS, so teaching
and uni.
15, 17-year-olds.
Uni within itself.
Yeah, uni. What else? I did a 4-week
things.
I did a 4-week placement at fashion PR brand, and that was really cool because
that's
there was a lot of like self-expressive people there, so that kind of helped me kind of like just meeting new people, I think, and being around different types of people you don't normally associate with.
I think for me as well, when you do something that's creative but it's one thing that you love, it gives you confidence that other people love it as well.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like you're not crazy.
No, exactly. You find people that you can relate to.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you just it all helps.
But yeah, I'm really all about motivating myself, but at the same time, like I like motivating other people. Like I did summer school not long back, and that was like with 15-year-olds that wanted to experience uni life, and I had to like not teach them, I had to mentor them and stuff. And like even though I was like helping them, that also motivates me at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Social media. So let's talk about that. I saw something on the news this morning that was saying that how addicted we are to our phones and stuff, which is partly true because we all are, aren't we? Let's be honest. Like I had a social media detox recently, and it was actually really beneficial. It was 3 days, which to me felt like forever.
Detox?
Yeah,
off Instagram.
Yeah, off Instagram. So logged off for 3 days, and it was hard to begin with. It was like I kept going to like go on the actual app a bit, but now I was like, nope, you're not doing it. Having 3 days off.
Did you log out? Did you?
Logged out completely.
You logged out.
I was on my work placement at the time though, so I still had to go on Instagram for them. So it was kind of hard seeing like my thing and not actually logging into it.
Okay.
So it was a bit weird.
So would you recommend it?
The detox. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because.
What did you gain from it?
More time. Like I used to take my phone in with me in the gym, and I stopped doing that.
So you kind of had some alone time?
No, I just realised that I actually got more out of not just going to the gym, for example. I actually got more out of that hour. Like when I was there at the gym, I'd stop and like check through my phone and check it, and I didn't realise until I went on my phone how much I was taking up of that time. So now you've heard about what confidence means to other people, and you've also heard what it means to me. I just want to kind of go over a couple of final tips on things I recommend to kind of live a healthy and happy life. And the first one, which is really simple but not always, is to have like some me time for yourself. So for me, I do different things. Meditation's quite a big one. So even if it's just for like, literally I do it for 20 minutes every night, and if I can't do that one, there's literally an app I go on, and it's for 2 minutes, and just having that time for myself, kind of, you know, all the thoughts that are jumping in your head before then, it just kind of gets them all to just slow down, slow the pace down, and it just brings it to a natural kind of position. Another thing I'd definitely recommend is having, if you can, some kind of social media detox. So I did one not too long back, and it was for 3 days, and I just went off on my social media, and I definitely had more time for myself, and I realised that actually I don't always need to be constantly checking my phone as much as I have been, so that was really good. Another thing I'd recommend is exercise as well. I know there's actually been studies proving, I believe, that exercise can help your mental health and especially in depression, because when you exercise you release endorphins. So doing some form of exercise, literally if it's just like getting some fresh air, walking around a park or walking, to your place of work, or getting off the train one stop before, just doing that can also definitely help your mental and obviously physical well-being. So another tip I definitely recommend is just kind of being more open, so like talking to people. So if there is something that you're kind of struggling with, speak to someone, speak to your parents. Sometimes a complete stranger can help because they've got an outside perspective, so they're coming from a place where they can give you maybe better advice, or a friend, or obviously people will go to counsellors. It's just about being more open in general. Like, don't be afraid to speak to different people, to when you're going out to bars and clubs to chat to people, just don't be afraid to live a little, I suppose. That's definitely what I've learned a lot more lately, is sometimes taking risks can actually be a good thing, and if you don't take it, you'll never know.